Welcome to Cool Bees. That's where you get all the week's political buzz. Well, this week, of course, the political buzz is all around the state of Haryana, which has completed its voting this week. The results will be out on in the beginning of next week, on 8th of October. The question really is as to who will be the next Haryana chief minister. The Congress seems best placed to answer the question. It is definitely on the winning edge. In fact, I would say the debate really is as to what will be the margin the Congress is going to come back with. Will it sweep the state, or will the BJP notch up some decent number and at least give the Congress a fight? Whatever the answer is, that will also determine who the next Congress CM would be. For instance, if the Congress sweeps the state, then would Bhupinder Hooda get his turn at the seat? Logically, yes, but then when does the Congress act in a logical manner? There is a feeling within the Congress central leadership that Hooda may become too tall a leader. He's already a mass leader in his own right, and the Congress of old did not really encourage mass leaders. Given that, will they allow Hooda a free hand and give him the chief ministership on a platter? Or will they use that opportunity, the fact that because there are so many MLAs, there is not much Hudas can do to break that party and topple the government? Will they then appoint a rubber stamp, a proxy of their choice, say a Kumari Selja, who has been sulking? She's been placated. We don't know what she's been placated with, what will be her price. But the sulk is she has been wooed back to join Hooda on the dais. So the numbers would really decide that. If it is a razor thin majority, then Hoodas have a chance because they are the ones best placed. Most of the ticket selection was done by the Hooda, so they are best in touch with the candidates and would be best placed to make sure the government doesn't fall if it's a razor thin one. If it's sweep, then of course the central leadership gets to have a say. Will they finally make good on their promise to the Hoodas? Don't forget, Bhupinder Hooda is part of the G23 that wrote against Rahul Gandhi, asking for more democracy within the party, more decision making, to be to not to be so centralized, but to go down the ranks. And also, I think they would have won the 2019 state election if Bhupinder Hooda had been declared a CM candidate back then. They do have a lot of hold over the ground on the MLAs and on the ground. So I think if the Congress doesn't make Bhupinder Hooda, it would be making a big mistake. But then, who knows with the Congress. The second is also regarding the Congress and Haryana elections, the return of Ashok Tawar. Former Youth Congress chief, he's also been a Dalit leader. He is a Dalit leader. He sulked and he left. He was part of that spate of resignations at a time when all of Rahul Gandhi's key confidants was leaving. And in fact, his departure also was a sign of the decreasing credibility of Rahul Gandhi's leadership. So henceforth, his return would be a sign of the opposite. He is a Dalit leader at a time when Kumari Selja had been sulking. She too is a Dalit. The state comes with 20 to 22% Dalit vote. So his return will have some good optics in the kind of messaging the Congress is sending to the Dalit community. Of course, Kumari Selja did meet Sonia Gandhi before, and she was either consulted or more likely informed about Tawar's return. The third, of course, we are looking from Haryana straight to London. Rishi Sunak, the former British Prime Minister, he led his party to its worst ever electoral drubbing. The Conservative Party had a convention recently, and usually in this convention there is some sort of memorabilia being sold off, regarding former Prime Ministers. Margaret Thatcher's mug with her face on it, a T-shirt of David Cameron cap, John Major T-shirt, etc. But no memorabilia with Rishi Sunak's face. There was also some buzz that he's going to give up his political career and perhaps shift to California, but somehow that does not seem to be the case. He is determined to carry on, stay in London. Reports say he's even eyeing Winston Churchill's former mansion at Hyde Park. It's being sold for a whopping sum. And he wants to set up a policy think tank somewhat along the lines of the Tony Blair Institute and be relevant, if not in politics, definitely in policy making. So well, that's it for now. All eyes now on the Haryana and the JNK verdict. Don't forget, Jammu and Kashmir is also going to the polls. Will it be a hung house or will it be in the favor of the India alliance? That remains to be seen. I think the NC has a lead because there is a whole separatist vote that is combining, and the which is going to be eating into the PDP vote. So the anti-separatist vote of people who want to, those in the JNK who do want to align with the centre will probably vote for the NC. The BJP is not contesting any seats so then in the valley. Jammu is another matter where there is a straight fight between the BJP and the Congress. Omar Abdullah has been unhappy at the way the Congress has been contesting, saying, why are you focusing so much on Srinagar? You should be actually focusing on Jammu, where you are best placed to take on the BJP. Well, let's see what happens. As a result of Omar's comments, Priyanka and Rahul both did spend some amount of time in Jammu. But we're going to watch that space. Next week is going to be a very interesting one ahead. And of course, I'll be back with all the buzz at the end of next week. But for now, that's all. Thank you.